Shocking? Absolutely, but not for the reason some fans may have expected. Alex Eala and Félix Auger-Aliassime walked into the US Open mixed doubles with serious hype, a growing fan following, and the kind of chemistry people thought could create a surprise run in New York. But when the first round match was over, it was Elina Svitolina and Gaël Monfils who had delivered the statement. The husband and wife team, playing their first official tour-level doubles match together, rolled past Eala and Auger-Aliassime 4-1 at Louis Armstrong Stadium, and suddenly the conversation shifted. This wasn't a dramatic collapse from Svitolina and Monfils. It was the exact opposite. They were sharp, relaxed, connected, and after the match, Svitolina's reaction showed just how much the moment meant to her. She talked about how special it was to finally share the court with her husband, how focused they tried to stay, and how important it was to enjoy the occasion. For Monfils, who was playing the final season of his professional career, the moment carried even more weight. This US Open is part of his farewell tour, and getting the chance to compete alongside Svitolina gave him a memory that went far beyond the scoreboard. And honestly, the setting could not have been more fitting. This wasn't some quiet tune-up on a backcourt. It was US Open Fan Week in New York, a revamped mixed doubles championship packed with star power, huge names, unusual pairings, and a $1 million championship prize on the line. The format is designed for speed. Sets go to 4 games, there's no ad scoring, a tiebreak at 4-all, and if the team split sets, a 10-point match tiebreak decides it. That means there's almost no room to sleepwalk through the opening games. You have to come out firing because before you know it, a set can be gone. That is exactly what happened to Eala and Auger-Aliassime. They never had enough time to settle into a comfortable rhythm, while Svitolina and Monfils looked like the team that understood the urgency from the jump. That result was especially interesting because Eala already knew she could beat Svitolina in singles. In fact, she had done it twice during her breakout 2026 season. In Berlin, Eala beat the Ukrainian 6-3, 6-4, and then repeated the exact same scoreline in Washington, D.C., knocking Svitolina out in the quarterfinals of the Mubadala DC Open. That Washington run became one of the defining weeks of Eala's career. She went on to beat Naomi Osaka in the semifinals and then came from behind against Jessica Pegula in the final, winning 4-6, 6-4, 6-0 to capture her first WTA Tour singles title. That victory made her the first player from the Philippines to win a WTA Tour-level singles championship, and it pushed her profile into another stratosphere. So when Eala showed up in New York at a career-high World No. 18, there was real belief behind the hype. This wasn't just fans getting excited over potential. She had receipts. She had beaten established stars, won a major tour title, reached the 4th round at Wimbledon earlier in the summer, and become the highest-ranked Southeast Asian woman in WTA history. She had also developed into one of the most recognizable young players on tour, especially among Filipino fans who have followed her rise from junior champion to legitimate top-level contender. Every time she steps onto a big court, flags show up, phones come out, and the atmosphere changes. That energy followed her into New York. Her partnership with Auger-Aliassime made sense on paper, too. Both players have ties to the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca. Eala spent key developmental years there, while Auger-Aliassime worked with Tony Nadal from 2021 through 2024 and trained in the same environment. They also brought different weapons to the court. Eala is a left-hander who can change directions quickly and attack with confidence from the baseline, while Auger-Aliassime brings one of the biggest serves and most explosive first-strike games in men's tennis. He also had mixed doubles experience at the highest level, winning an Olympic bronze medal with Gabriela Dabrowski at the 2024 Paris Games. Going into the US Open, there were plenty of reasons to think this could click, but doubles can be ruthless. Two great singles players do not automatically become a great team, especially in a short-format match where communication and positioning matter immediately. And on Tuesday morning, Svitolina and Monfils simply looked more comfortable together. The funny part is that they had never played an official tour-level doubles match as a team before this event. They've practiced together, appeared in exhibitions, supported each other throughout their careers, and of course built a life together away from tennis. But this was their first official tournament match on the same side of the net. You might expect nerves. You might expect confusion. Instead, they played like a couple that understood exactly what the other needed. Monfils even admitted afterward that there was pressure on his shoulders. That makes sense. He's nearing the end of a career that has made him one of the most beloved entertainers in tennis, and this is his final US Open. At 39, with retirement coming at the end of the 2026 season, every stop now carries a little extra emotion. But instead of turning the match into some heavy farewell ceremony, he and Svitolina treated it like what it was, a competitive opportunity and a chance to have fun together. Svitolina said she was thrilled to finally play with him. Monfils thanked the fans for showing up so early. They smiled, they joked, and most importantly, they won. For Eala, the defeat is not some disaster. and it definitely does not erase what she has accomplished. If anything, this is one of those matches that shows how fast elite tennis can turn. The score looks lopsided, 4-1, 4-1, but in this format, a couple of loose service games can put you in a hole almost instantly. Eala and Auger-Aliassime hit winners and showed flashes of the combination people were excited to see, but Svitolina and Monfils were cleaner in the moments that mattered. They protected serve, controlled the pace, and never gave the younger team enough breathing room to build momentum. And now the bracket gets even more interesting. By winning, Svitolina and Monfils moved into the quarterfinals, where they were set to face the winner of the match involving top seeds Aryna Sabalenka and Novak Djokovic. With Frances Tiafoe withdrawing because of injury, the draw had shifted, and Sabalenka and Djokovic were due to face elite doubles players Katerina Siniakova and Henry Patton. That means the married couple's reward for a dominant first-round victory could be an even bigger test. Sabalenka is one of the most powerful players in women's tennis. Djokovic owns 24 Grand Slam singles titles, and the mixed doubles field is loaded from top to bottom. For Eala, meanwhile, the US Open story is far from finished. Mixed doubles was only one piece of a much bigger New York schedule. She is also part of the stars of the Open exhibition during Fan Week, where she is set to appear alongside her friend Iva Jovic, Joao Fonseca, and Lerner Tien. Then comes the women's singles main draw, the event that matters most for her ranking, her season, and her growing reputation as one of the sport's breakout stars. After rising to number 18 in the world, Eala enters the singles tournament in the strongest position of her career. That is why this mixed doubles result should be viewed with perspective. Yes, fans wanted to see Eala and Auger-Aliassime make a run. Yes, the matchup had all the ingredients for a viral upset story. But the actual story was different and in some ways, just as compelling. Svitolina got a measure of revenge against a player who had beaten her twice in singles this season. Monfils added another special moment to his farewell year. A husband and wife finally played an official match together and looked completely at home doing it. And Eala got a high-intensity taste of New York competition before turning her attention back to the singles court. The bigger picture is still the same. Alex Eala has arrived at the US Open as a serious name, not a novelty. She is 21 years old, ranked inside the world's top 20, already a WTA champion, already a history maker for the Philippines, and already capable of beating elite opponents on major stages. One 39-minute mixed doubles loss does not change that. What it does change is the storyline. Instead of Eala shocking Svitolina again, Svitolina got her answer in New York, and she got to do it with Monfils standing right beside her. Now the question becomes what happens next. Can Svitolina and Monfils turn this emotional first match into a real run at the mixed doubles title? Can they survive a potential showdown with some of the biggest names in the sport? And for Eala, can she shake off this quick loss, reset, and bring the form that carried her to a Washington title and a career-high ranking into the women's singles draw? That's where the real pressure begins. New York moves fast, the US Open never stays quiet for long, and Alex Eala's biggest opportunity of the week may still be ahead of her. If you're following her run, drop your prediction in the comments, hit the like button, and subscribe for more US Open updates, match reactions, and tennis stories from New York.